Namaskar. Welcome to Conversations with Rakesh. Here's today's question. Rakesh, I came across your article on quiet quitters in my feed today, and it hit too close to home. Having worked in the same company for many years, I also had the same feeling last year. I took some time off work and gave myself a break to get over this. I'm back to work now, but I think it still isn't what it used to be. What do you think is the answer to getting back to the same fervor at a job? What a brilliant question. I took this question because when I wrote that article on quiet quitting, which is a term which is heavily into criticism, it has received positive and negative equally. A lot of people say that, hey, there's nothing new in quiet quitting. If you are paid for a certain job and if you do it, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. But some people call it quiet quitting. So it has gone into all kinds of discussions. It has also taken a discussion where some people say there are freeloaders, dead weight in the organization, which is quiet quitting. Some people just do the work and ignore everything else, come back home, paisa mil raha hai, which is quiet quitting. But I think the core point of that article and the concept is that you are not operating at the level that you should be according to an organization, and it has a definition. I think that's the problem, that there are many people in an organization who can do a lot more, but they're not for a variety of reasons. That's what the article was. I got a lot of messages and I picked up this one because I wrote that article from a perspective of an organization. This question is a lot more deeper, that resonates with all of us as people working, including me. And there is a reason why this question comes to us, because we go through certain feelings. So what I'm going to do is, in this video, I'm going to take this question on a large level and help you realize certain feelings that are very important for us to understand. That if we are going through those feelings, then I think we should address it. And the question has that very clearly, that this person feels that I'm not at the level that I'm supposed to be. What do I do? Now, to understand that, we must understand three critical feelings, and I'll talk about the fourth one later. What is the first big feeling we feel when we are not doing work properly? That feeling comes as a burnout or a fatigue. Now, let me explain that. We work very hard. Many of us come to our jobs with a lot of fervor, a lot of intensity, and we keep working. And Miss Jacinda Ardern's latest speech, there is nothing more in my tank, is a brilliant concept, that I'm done, I'm burnt out, and I'm fatigued, I can't do it anymore. And she had the guts to say it. Many of us don't. So if you are feeling a burnout, a fatigue, that I can't do it anymore, this is a feeling you should take very seriously. Because if this feeling is coming, your body and your mind is tired, you obviously will not perform to your best potential, which is a problem for you and everybody around you. And you're feeling it. Deep inside, you're not happy with the fact that I'm not giving my best shot. And I'm glad you have this feeling. So it could be burnout or a fatigue. So watch out for this feeling. Feeling number two. Many of us are bored in our jobs. And this boredom could come from a variety of reasons. Most important is that our skills are very high, but the challenge of the job is very low. Imagine you are an extremely trained, qualified scientist, and you've been hired on this job, and this was a dream job. But imagine you're made to sit down in one place and just press one button morning till night. The challenge level of this job is really low and the skills are very high. You are trained to do amazing rocket science. You will get bored. So if you're feeling bored, which could happen because as you grow in your job, your skills also improve and the challenges remain at the same level. It may happen you are now pretty good at your job, or you have some talents which are not being utilized, and you feel dull, you feel कि यार कोई भी कर सकता है, and this is a very important feeling. Boredom can create a tremendous amount of problem in our productivity, and after some time we're not at our performing best. So your skills are very high and the challenge of the job is very, very low. So this could be the boredom equation, and that's why you would be in that feeling that I'm not giving my best, I'm not in the fervor. Third, this feeling is also extremely important. Many of us work very hard but are not appreciated. We are like one ghost in the organization. Nobody knows us. हम लोग काम कर रहे हैं, बहुत पैसा भी कमा रहे हैं, but we feel underappreciated, not needed. And sometimes we know कि यार मैं आता हूँ ऑफिस में, nobody even recognizes that I'm here. And that causes a problem. That we don't feel connected with the organization, we don't feel connected with the people, we are not one with the universe that we are operating in. And this feeling is the feeling of being unnoticed, unappreciated, unneeded. And that could cause a tremendous dip in our performance and productivity at our levels. So let me summarize the three feelings. Quiet quitting, or the feeling that you're not performing to your best, can come from three feelings: burnout or fatigue, boredom, and unappreciatedness. So if you have these three feelings, I have some suggestions for you. What do you do with these feelings? Suggestion number one: if you are burnt out and fatigued, the obvious answer is rejuvenate yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you start taking 1 week vacations. That's different. We must take vacations. But every day we should also take vacations. And there are simple tips I can give you that give yourself breaks. It's very important. After 45 minutes, take a 5-minute break, walk around, look at some nature. Don't look at TikTok and Instagram reels, and because they suck your energy. Just look at nature, listen to some sounds. I'm not saying you start listening to heavy duty metal, but you need some space to rejuvenate. Nutrition is very important. And there's a very nice article I was reading that pick up some activity which is completely unrelated to your life and do it and enjoy it. It could be a hobby, but do it every day. And these are the ways you rejuvenate yourself. Have good friends and relationships around you. So it's important for you to rejuvenate. You are like a plant. You need rejuvenation. You need nutrition. You need sunlight. You need good water. You need good vibrations around you to be productive. And if you don't have it, this burnout and fatigue will go worse. It could impact your life and your mental wellness. And I'm glad there are people like Miss Arden who stood up and said, I'm done. There's nothing in my tank and I will rejuvenate myself. So please do that. So that is request number one. If you're burnt out, rejuvenate. Request number two, if you are bored, your skills are here and the challenge of the job is here, I think find something in the organization to increase the level of challenges. This is like a video game. Every video game has a level. And once you become a pretty expert at a certain level, you do get bored, right? So you increase the next level. You go to the settings of the game and say that give me harder, challenging layer. And you enjoy it. So please look at your job and your organization, find something which challenges you, is equal or more to the skills that you have, and go and take it. This could mean going to your boss or your organization, ki, hey, I'm here, my challenges are here, there's a job opportunity which I think is what I want to do. I'm sure they'll be happy to have you. So increase the game, the level of the game. Play at a much more intense level because it will resolve your boredom and you will become a lot more productive. Third, if you feel unappreciated, unneeded, disconnected from the people around you and the job, I think it's a serious collaboration, communication issue. Please talk about it. Please express yourself. Please be assertive. And if you're not getting the recognition and if you feel that nobody knows me and I'm unnoticed, you must speak about it. We do it all the time in our classes at School of Meaningful Experiences, where many managers come to us and say कि सर कुछ भी करो मुझे कोई देखता ही नहीं है, and we tell them कि यार पहले जाके बात तो करो. There's a saying that a squeaky wheel gets the attention. तुम बैठे रहोगे चुपचाप अपना काम करते रहोगे तो this is how the world is. The world will just move on. You have to make your presence felt, and it's not like कि तुम गाना बजाना शुरू कर दो, but at least talk to people. Go and tell your boss that I'm feeling unappreciated. I don't feel like coming to office because you never notice me. And that could be a very good way that please express yourself. Don't keep it in yourself. Talk about it. Bring it out. Be assertive, because your confidence will also go up. So let me summarize the 3 problems and the 3 solutions. If you're feeling burnt out and fatigued, rejuvenate. If you're feeling bored, play the game at a higher level of challenge, increase the challenge level. If you're feeling unappreciated, express it, talk to people and let them know, and find a way to become needed, feel appreciated, and so on and so forth. Now, there's one more thing I want to talk about. If there is a fourth feeling, which is कि यार emptiness, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है, then this is a signal and a warning that this job that you really worked hard to be a part of, this place that you really want to be a part of, this sector and industry that you're really a part of and you worked very hard to be here, may not be the place for you. And that's the emptiness, that's the meaninglessness that you're experiencing. And that's why there is a concept called find a meaning and a purpose in your job. You may be appreciated, you may be challenged, you may be rejuvenated, but still may feel empty. And that can happen only when this is not your place. आप एक मुसाफिर हो, आपने बहुत जर्नी करी and you came to this lovely dharamshala, this palace which you thought is your destination. But after coming here, you're like, now what? Something is still missing. And that's where I request you to keep walking forward. कि आपका meaning is not this beautiful dharamshala and palace. It could be something much more worthy of your presence on this world. And that's a philosophical debate. That's what finding your calling and purpose is all about. So on that note, please find your purpose. If you are feeling appreciated, challenged and rejuvenated and still find something is missing in your job, you're not working with your fervor, it's a warning, it's a signal, it's a sign that, hey, this is not your place, this is not your purpose. So find that purpose, and with that you probably will have that day where you will find a rejuvenated, appreciated, challenged person who's productive and whose work will impact the life of others positively, which is the ultimate purpose of life. On that note, stay safe.